FM Podcast. My name is China Ikolemanacheru. I'll be your guide on the show today. I'm talking a bit fast because I also have a fast talker in the studio. We really don't know if everything he says is true, but we'll have a fast talker in the studio, so I have to try to be like him. The one that's laughing the most might just be the guilty party, so I will advise you to just stay calm. Well, it will be different. Last weekend we had Ida Peterside with us. Last week we had Ida Peterside with us, former Super Eagles player, Port Harcourt boy. I played for almost all the clubs in Nigeria. They moved to South Africa and we had a nice time with him in the studio. Today we have another Port Harcourt boy. Played in the national team, the under 16 national team, the under 20 national team. Played at Sharks, played at Calabar Rovers, played at Kano Pillars. Did I miss anyone? Okay, good. So, unlike Ida Peterside, he stuck to a few clubs. And he's still with the national teams. He's one of the coaches at the Super Eagles. Because he's my friend, I will say it. The man disgraces us. Okay, we have Imama Amapakabo with us in the studio today. Good afternoon.
Well, always nice to be here. China, like we all know from a long time, has been a troublemaker, so I will excuse him for today.
Okay, it's a good one. I like the fact that he has a great sense of humor. A girl who will tell this and they will stand up, come up from the studio, say I don't insult them, but of course we have been friends for a long time now, and he's really a nice person to be with. The regulars in the house are Peter Wofuru Eyinda and Precious Godwin. Okay, the cameraman, I'll call his name at some point in the show, but of course he's still one of us. I have to give him camera duties today. It's simple, we'll just get straight to it. We have less than 1 hour already. Let me start with you, Master, because there are lots of questions we want to ask you. We have talked about you on the show before. People have said nice things about you. Some have said not really nice things about you. And this will be a chance for everyone to talk to you via phone calls, via messages, and even the guys in the studio. Let's start with your story. How did football start for you?
Well, I don't know. Like every other child, I didn't. I actually grew up wanting to play football. I played on the streets like everywhere in Port Harcourt streets, in the open the streets, where I school in Sangana, the state school in Sangana there. We moved to town. And football continued for me. To me, it was just something that I just wanted to kick around. And ironically, I think as I say till the day after tomorrow, I think I'm one of those very, very blessed people that my passion is what I'm being paid for. And it's if you ask me sincerely, and surprisingly too, I'm one of those people that will tell you that if I'm away, I would have played football.
What you have done?
Let me sit in the studio with you, abuse people like you do all the time. Yes, it's fun, when you have the world in front of you. To me, I say it all the time too. If the pastor said you have a calling, I think as much as I've tried to run away from football, I have a calling. Again, everything I've achieved, I've been through this game. And
it's easy for pastors to say they have callings. Yes. They have a calling because even the tithe and offering that they collect every day, it's to them. So it's easy for them to say, I have a calling. It's not easy, but we're in the ministry. They are allowed to come. Now, it's also easy for you to say, to call for what they call him, God, money will in the end will be small. So don't act like you're suffering. Don't act like you're suffering.
Well, there are a lot of ups and downs in the game.
Some people will say, give me your ups and downs and give me your job.
For real, most people can't stand what I face.
Okay.
It's difficult being my situation, because virtually I grew up in the public eyes. And growing up in public eyes, there are a lot of things I would have loved to do. But not really my person, imagine somebody hitting your car and you come out of the car angry and you've been telling the guy, oh, why you hit my car now? So, money, but leave this one now. Now you go vex and hit your car. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things you just can't do. There are a lot of things that places people want to go to, things that they would say. And because I live in the public eyes, I am not, allowed to do the things. I am a role model to a whole lot of people. I am very careful about the things I say. I think I'm maturing into that. I used to speak from my heart, but right now I'm even, introduced me as a fast talker. Now I'm selecting my words to talk because I noticed that most of the things I say have been taken out of context. So I'm also trying not to speak in a society that dislike truth. So most times I have to be very, very selective in the way. So that's why I'm talking very slow now. If I talk fast, I will speak from my heart.
Okay. What are those things you would like to do that you can't do because you're in the public eye? I know there are plenty, so just name like 10.
Well, like get angry in public the way a real person should. Hang out with my friends and shout out in public places the way I would want to. And I'm also on social media groups. I would like to say the things I want to say, but I can't because when I say it, they become news. So a whole lot of them. Things I wouldn't want to say on live radio here. Okay,
so are you trying to tell us that there won't be any freedom on the show today? Because
I've been self-expressive. You know me, China. We like this how we roll.
Okay, I know some years back. I don't know if you want to share this on it, but let me ask. Let me just take my chances. You were in Nigeria's first ever under-16 team in 1985 that won the World Cup, and you told me something your father told you before you went to join that team. You want to talk about it?
That Nigerians don't like truth.
No.
Is that the one or which one?
The one about not showing yourself because of where you come from.
Child, I think I'll jump.
Okay. Let's talk about your beginnings, right? I first knew you, reading about you from the pages of the Tide, Nigerian Tide as it was called then, when the under-17 team or the under-16 team as they were in 1985, we were going for the World Cup. I saw 3 names that sounded like Rivers names, so I knew they were Rivers people at that time. Before they created Bayelsa State, there was Imama Amapakabo, that's you, there was Binibi Numa, and there was Olymipic, and I knew that these ones are Port Harcourt boys. Now, let's start with that beginning. Tell us about how it started for you.
I think my beginning was 2 years prior to that time. I was in C school. There was this competition being played, youth phone competition being played in Port Harcourt then. Honorable Bitimi Ambari was coordinator, captain of the team, so they wanted me to play. I was in Junior Sharks team, and I like playing from the wings. I dribbled a whole lot there, so I was enjoying myself. We had this goalkeeper in the team. Endele, the commissioner for works then, had a team. So they asked me to play for the team, so I was playing for the team. So we went to play this game against Pabod and the Central Police Station ground. And our goalkeeper Andy didn't come, so I used to keep for my school too. So everybody was saying, okay, let Imama go in goal. I didn't want to go in goal because I didn't want to be a goalkeeper. I enjoyed dribbling people up front, And when the goalkeeper didn't show up that day, I had to go and goal. And I was outstanding in the game. We drew. The next game we played, it was just virtually me versus the Pablo team. And it went into penalty shootouts, and I think I saved 4 penalties. It went on, we played the next game, I saved another 4 penalties. Semi-finals, I saved 3 penalties. Finals, I also saved 3 penalties. So we qualified to represent River State, and we went to Lagos. My dad actually wasn't one. Nobody plays football in my family. My dad never liked me play football. So all these, those days, when we used to go play football, we hide, we'll tie grasses, when we're coming back home. And I went to Lagos. So when I came back from Lagos, I sneaked back to school. In Lagos, I think I was blessed. I won Best Youth Goalkeeper of the Year. In my small mind, I never believed that newspaper carry such stories. So all of a sudden, I came back to Port Harcourt. I ran back to school, and I was in school, and my dad asked me to come home. And I was like, this is not possible. My father never calls me to the house. So I was, I had 1,000,001 thoughts in my head. I got back. When I got to the house, I met my dad in his office. So I deliberately stood very close to the door. So his table, his desk was separating both of us. So I didn't know what he was calling me for. So he asked me, have you been out of Port Harcourt of late? I was quiet. He said, no, tell me, have you gone out of Port Harcourt. I was quiet, I didn't say anything. Then he told me, look, I know I told you never ever to lie. I was like, what is this man going to? Which direction is he going to? So I was still quiet and I was waiting for him. And now I got a bit closer to the door. Port Harcourt, out of Port Harcourt, it was registering. Way back, we were so dumb that we used to think that our father has some mysterious powers because he tell us not to watch televisions when we come back. Once we hear his car park, we'll go switch off the television and run to bed. He'll come, she's just going to touch the television, it is hot. He'll come and say, you guys have been watching television. So we say,
how did he know?
How did he know? So we thought he had this powers. I said, this man with his powers again, I've known that I traveled. So I was stuttering and he said, well, I know you went to Lagos. Like, seriously? I know you went to Lagos. I got closer to the door. Then he reacted. My fear was that he was going to use something to throw at me or something, So I opened the door. Then he picked up the Nigerian Times newspaper and he said, your name, Imama Amaps. Your name is not Imama Amaps. Your name is Imama Amapakabo. I had to.
I always thought your son was Amaps because that was how time you write your name then. Yeah.
Because Amapakabo was a bit of a challenge. People pronouncing. So when I got to Lagos, and when I said my name is Imama Amapakabo, they struggled with it, and I said Amaps because I heard my dad also use that short part Amaps, to refer to himself. So that was how I said Amaps. So he told me, look, your name is Imama Amapakabo. Never ever answer Amaps. So it was like permission from Popsy to play football. Are you kidding me? So I went out and I played a big celebration for myself and I went back to school. So then I think I came back for the Junior Sharks practice sessions. And Mode Sinclair looked at me, I came with my playing kits and said, my friend, you don't have to come out to play again. I know once in a while you want to play, but you have to be the goalkeeper of the team. We had good goalkeepers in the team then, Owabe and the rest. But then I think I became number one. So my size, I'm 5'8".
Short man.
Short, small man. But I had to dwell in a giant's world. So I had to recreate a whole lot of things. And I'm glad that my career went on. We went to China, came back from China, had federal government directives that we should be signing our state teams. I came back to Port Harcourt, and the Sharks will look at this small Imama, since when can you play in Sharks? Well, they looked at me as a little boy. My craziness, I took my trade outside. I signed my first professional contract for NEPA in Lagos in '87. I played for a season, and God bless me, I was able to take NEPA. They've never been promoted in their whole career. I was outstanding. I was voted best goalkeeper of the year. I actually, I think if I ever have a regret in football, I think it would be my not playing for Leventis United, sensational Leventis United. It was my dream. So the next year, I think I wanted to play for Leventis United, but unfortunately they disbanded.
Would you have played for Leventis United with Edward Ansa?
Yes, he was like a mentor to me. He was somebody I wanted to understudy. And Edward Ansa, was always around me. I had people like Raymond King, that took me in their arms and they believed that I was the next big thing in Nigeria. So Ansa always told me, look, you are the best. I remember when I signed for Rovers in the year 1989, 90, they wanted to also sign Edward Ansa. And he came to them and said, who are the goalkeepers that you have here? And they mentioned my name. I said, you will have Imama. If you have Imama, then you have arguably one of the best young goalkeepers in the country. So he said, there's no point in having me. So he left. He never signed. And because with my stature, the chairman of Rovers then, who is the present leader of the Olymipic, Roland Obu, yes, he was our chairman. We had the honorable member of the House of Reps, as our team manager then. They've heard so much about me. So I remember getting to Calabar, and they saw me and said, they took late John Ene Okon aside and asked them, come, let's see what the joke here. We tell him, can I bring him, Mama, no go bring him. I said, no, this is your Mama. So I remember he said, I beg, look, where is Samuel Dog? Take this boy to the pitch and go and shoot him some balls. So I said, to shoot balls, let's go to the pitch. So he was like, he's so confident. I said, of course. Now, I remember he have say shots don't keep person before. They're the easiest things to deal with shots. That's why now most goalkeepers, I think, call shot stoppers. There are no more goalkeepers again, they stop shots, I think. So I finally was signed for Rovers. Sorry, after Nepal Lagos, instead of me going to Leventis disbanded, I had to go to GIB in Jos. So Gibrox striker.
I never did play for GIB.
Yes, I did. And we had assemblage of most of the players that were in Leventis United. I remember Nigeria wanted to play a friendly in Enugu. A qualifier in Enugu. I remember Henry also scored the goal. I tried to remember.
That was against Algeria.
Against Algeria. Yes. I remember we had to.
I think that was Samuel Koraji's first match for the national team.
Yes, first game for the national team. We had to go to Enugu. We were having a tour of Eastern States. We were playing friendly match in JIB there. And Paul Hamilton was coach of the national team. So when we arrived in Enugu, we went to see them at Nike Lake Hotel. So he was standing with our coach, Beatrice Biorang and Zachary Baraj. They were standing, and as they were talking, we all came back from the bus, wanted to come and say pleasantry with our friends, in camp too. So when we came down, it was like all internationals. So they had agreed to play the game, and there was so much pressure there. When he saw all of us come down, he told our coach, Beatrice, we're not going to play this match. You cannot bring a national team to play against a national team before this game against Algeria. That you want to put me under more pressure. Because we had a very, very solid team in JIB there. JIB, my next move after JIB was Rovers. Because NL Ocon and the rest felt that Rovers was assembling a very good team and they needed them too. So I moved to Rovers. I spent 3-4 years in Rovers. Exciting time of my life. And next thing was I heard that the Rivers people wanted me back. Over time I've refused to come, I think, like I say all the time, I'm blessed and privileged. I think I'm still eligible to play for Rivers State in the sports festival because I never ever wore the Rivers State tracksuit. So even when they used to play this Adebayo Cup and the rest, Adebayo Cup, I used to be in the camp then, in the junior national team camp. So most times I'll be waiting for them to come and they will knock them out. Say, if only Mama call for qualify, but I didn't come, So the sports festival is so thing too. So I played for Rovers, the Rivers State came calling. Then I had already signed for Rangers in the 1992-93 season. I had signed for Rangers because at that point in time, Rangers was assembling a team. I think that same year was the year that Ida Peterside also signed for Rangers. And they asked Emmanuel Okala who was the best in Nigeria. Emmanuel Okala said, I was. It was fun for me. It took me almost 3-4 days for me to leave Poma here to Enugu. Because local government was hosting me. It was like a competition who was going to host me the best. And I finally arrived in Enugu. And when I arrived in Enugu, the chairman there, when looked at me and said, this small man, how come they say you are the best? I said, I don't know. So he asked me for the question. He said, between you and the Peter side, who is better? I said, well, I don't know, but when the game starts, one person must have played more games than the other, they will get to know. He opened his locker and gave me 5,000. Then it was really big money. Huh? So we had this challenge. I went with Nkendiri Monyekwere as my friend. I asked that he should be signed there. So they negotiated with him, and I told him I was signed. When it got to my turn, I said I wasn't going to sign. Ironically, I think one of my assistants, Eden, was a senior player in the team there. He brought out my pay slip, the one I was supposed to have paid in Enugu then, So when I was in Rangers about 3 years ago, to show to me. So when we negotiated at the point in time, I told them no, I wasn't going to sign for that money. They discussed, so they had to bring the pay schedule of everybody, showed me what they were offering everybody. Arguably, I was the highest. I said, okay, and I agreed. But my same principled self, my same stubborn self, I said, look, they were paying everybody half of what they agreed. I said I wasn't going to take half. I signed your document but then keep your check and everything. Whenever it is that my money is full, give it to me. So I left and I went to Calabar. I was in Calabar for a day before I saw Chief Adekeme Smaka, and Philip George came and said that the governor of Rivers State said I should come as a rule. Then I told Philip, oh boy, you know, senior but I come from Gunele good. You know, he laughed and said, come on, stand up, my friend. Well, he tells you, you come follow me, you know, we are very close friends. So I said, if you don't follow me, I will drag you till you reach Port Harcourt. So we came back to Port Harcourt, and I went and I met His Excellency Sir Peter Dube. And I was told I was coming to be the governor. So when I told him, but you'll be deputy governor, and I'm going to say the commit. You know, the people around me always felt that, but then that's Imama always talking from his heart. So we discussed, negotiated, and I remember him asking me, why would we pay you so much money if you're a goalkeeper? And I said, well, because if anybody comes stadium, they're supposed to beat Sharks 12-0. Then you go back and say, if not for that goalkeeper, they forbid 12, but now that's 7. So we signed. There's a part of the story I'm going to skip.
Okay, no matter. Okay, Imama has spoken a lot now. You can also speak. The guys in the house are itching to talk. I have questions to ask him on my screen here. Numbers to call are 07080295995 and 0907-084-9073. Before we get the questions in and the phone calls, something funny. Now, I was speaking with Imama one day when he was joking. I said something out of my head. I said, I can't say it in the exact word I said, but let me just try and make it say it in English. What is calling? Okay. Okay, that one is calling. He's going to call again. I was like saying that I have never seen a football game in my life that was stopped because a player on the field was pressed and had to go to the toilet to do number 2. Imama said, I don't stop game before Lagos. Please tell us that story.
China, if I knew it was going to be like this, I would have.
Wait, hold on. While you get yourself ready to tell that story, let's hear from this caller. Hello? 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 Okay, we'll sort out that one later. So, okay, we are ready for you.
What? You know, being a goalkeeper gives you a lot of privileges,
True.
right? And a lot of people don't understand. They don't take those privileges. But like I said, I'm a very small man to play in the position, so most times I have to recreate and think a whole lot. But we're under pressure.
Okay.
So much pressure.
What game was that?
Against Niger Dog.
And you were at Sharks then?
Yes, I was at
Okay,
Sharks.
good.
And we had to calm the pressure one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes now look at goalkeepers now, they fall down, they leave the game. I get angry even clubs I coach when people fall down. And I get angry at the crowd that they don't get angry because you pay for a 90 minutes movie and all of a sudden people are charging you are watching movies of about 60 minutes and 50 minutes and nobody complains. They're excited because they get one fluke goal, they celebrate it. So the only thing I could do to help my team was to say I wanted to go use myself. Well, I'm a goalkeeper and I'm not being substituted, but I'm dead pressed.
Yeah.
You can't let the player go and play. So I must be excused for me to go.
So the game stopped.
The game stopped. So I had to go to the toilet and come back. We came back, settled, discussed with ourselves, and continued the game.
What was the reaction of the crowd, the fans, on your return to the pitch?
They didn't understand what I did.
Okay.
You understand? So a lot of them were, it was like new and foreign to them.
What did happen?
What happened, you know? So a lot of people will come up with a lot of. I've done so many crazy things in Gabon.
Okay, so that was Imama Amapakabo stopping the league game because he had to use the toilet. But now we don't know. Did you really want to use the toilet, or was it just to ease the pressure on your team?
Like I said, to ease the pressure of the team, it was so much that ironically, I think we finally ended up losing that game.
1 goal to nothing.
1 goal.
That was the usual scoreline for Sharks in those days away from home.
Yes, and I think that was one of the things I wanted to do, and I got it wrong too in the game.
Okay.
Yes, there's this little trick I do. Like I said, I'm not a big person in goal, so I must use my head most of the time. So most times, instead of entering collisions, I like to lift balls over people. And this time it had rained that day, the ball was heavy. I wanted to lift the ball over a player, and I couldn't lift it completely. So it hit him in the head towards the end of the game, and he scored. I remember me and the chief, the chemist banker, having a confrontation after the game. You know, he said some things to me which I never liked. And I also said things to him, which I think he never liked. But I think I did it real good.
Okay. Temple Lepo is asking, he says, can you share with us the task and experience of coaching an MPFL team and a national team, which is more demanding?
The national team is more demanding. You know, because with the MPFL teams, I think you just have a club, the administrators, not even the supporters. I don't think supporters put club coaches under pressure. I think it's just the administrators that put club coaches under pressure. You know, but then with the national team, it's a national interest. And the worst part of you coaching a national team is that in Nigeria, everybody has interest. And they want their interest, you know, to come to bear. So you make enemies with a whole lot of people without even knowing that
Doesn't happen at club level too?
Well, I've had the privilege, maybe because of my person. You know, I think that at the club level, like I said, the only pressures that I have is that I have to contend with the administrators, because I think the administrators just want result anyway, and they take away the process to success. So they forget that, look, this person is trying to come in with a philosophy that must be imbibed by the team for us to be able to get success, because they are also under a conjured pressure, because they want to take a position to the governor of the state. Look, okay, look at where we are. So you must give us money for us to be able to prosecute. You know, so they come. Who are the people that come to watch the games? I've been privileged to go and watch the Rivers United in my time here for a while, and I look at the stadium and I laugh. And like I said earlier, people get shortchanged. You see, ball is somewhere there. One person is falling down here because they've scored 1 goal. Or somebody is falling down here, and it's like a joke. And the crowd is happy so long as they have 1 goal result, and they are going back happy.
Okay, there's a question that Temple is asking. I'm trying to see if I can get the audio for that one. You know your popular statements about MPFL players and tactics. Now, a lot of people misread it. You say you are quoted out of context, but basically, Nigerians are not happy with you.
Well, there has to be a hate guy. And I think in Nigerian football today, I don't know any coach that has come under the hammer much more than myself. But it's funny why this hate is being...
Is it hate?
Because that's the way I look at it.
No, you failed.
No, I agree. Failure is part of it. Yes. I don't want to...
If we had qualified for the Olympic Games and the Chan, right, you will be our hero.
Yes, I agree. That's why I say the coaching job is like that of a great digger. Whatever it is, anyhow you look at it, you are going down. Because it's with a snap of the finger. But everybody that is close to me, and I repeat, everybody that is close to me knows how much I have talked about the system, the process. You know, and if you know me very well, you will know that I don't like to build like the magician with the wand. I like to build block after block. And circumstances surrendering a whole lot will be made public when I come up with my book. And I don't think this is the time for us to go into that. But with time, I think we'll be able to read, and questions will be answered properly and appropriately.
Okay, anybody want to say something because I have a lot to tell him. Let not be like a China and Imama show. I can go ahead. Okay, we have the phone line. The phone line seems to be ringing here. Hello? Yes, we can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
King.
Oh, King, live forever.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you, my king. Good evening to you, the good coach.
Good evening, Real Gift. Hello, Real Gift.
Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, I have a question for the good coach. Recently, in terms of the qualifiers, I can't really remember if it's for the under 23 WAFU or one of those Olympic qualifiers or so. When after a match, the coach, you said the boys, your players lack the foundation of football. Now, my question is this. If the boys lack the foundation of football, who did the picking of these boys for you to prosecute those matches? That is one. And two, how come during the qualifiers, the set of boys you use to prosecute, especially the first matches, let's say you go away, where you lose, and then when you come back home, you use a different set of boys, maybe a sprinkle of some others to prosecute the matches. Is it that you don't know or you are not sure of the players you are playing with, or there is pressure on you